going on, guys? It's still the 3rd of August, or is it 2nd of August? I lost track. It's 3rd of August, okay. 2022, time index is about 10:28 in the morning. It's Wednesday. And still Weaver Johns here from Rosamond, California. What's going on, guys? Yeah, torn apart left and right. Still going through the things, and I've been thinking about a lot of things. A little bit of a movie review. If any one of you folks actually have the Disney Plus and you've actually seen Lightyear, you gotta drop me a line about this one and let's talk about it because it's a cool movie. It's a cool movie. I watched the original cartoon series a couple of decades back when they actually had an animation studio. Without the Pixar. Actually, I think Pixar did just basic 2D animation on it, but it was pretty cool. But now to the darker side, yeah. Let's fit the mold. Let's fit the channel, shall we? No, postings I come across every so often, people are still miserable enough where they're trying to say you got to stop the misery because we want you to be happy. There are certain techniques out there. There are certain people you need to find new people, find this, find that, find. In other words, just don't keep bothering us with this damn misery shit. You're sounding like a damn broken record. We don't want to deal with that. You know what? When it comes down for grieving, we handle it in our own ways, and if we have to handle it like a broken record, we handle it like a broken record because every day is the same damn thing. For people I keep running into online, it's the same damn thing, and there's no way of trying to say it often enough that there's sometimes in chasing the positive, we have to chase the negative too. You just can't chase the positive without the negative. I'm discovering that the hard way all the time. And it hurts like hell. It hurts like hell that I have to keep talking about this all the time. So I guess the easier answer is don't talk about it. The problem is I am talking about it. Give me 1 second here. Sorry, I was trying to locate something over here online. But I had to respond to those kind of comments from other people who are trying to say that grief is an addiction. I had to put a correction in them in my own words because grief to me is not an addiction. An addiction is like your pleasure centers are overloaded because you have tried to kill yourself one way or another. Now, if you're addicted to food, there's only so much your body can absorb and process without toxicities being built up into your bloodstream and in your organs. Besides the obese part, there's other things in there that might be overloading and overwhelming your biological systems, not to mention your neurological system, including the squishy brain in here, to the point where that's just going to kill you. One more bite, one more piece, and that's it. Shut down, game over. Could be like drinking a lot of sugary drinks. We get the diabetes, we get the strokes, we get the heart attacks, we get the high blood pressure, we get the hypertension at that point. There's only so much of a limit that you can actually take, and only so much insulin that the body can process before anything else goes hell in a handbasket. Too little sugar or too little insulin, and your body goes to hell. Too much of it, it still goes to hell. So there's always something going on. It's always trying to find a balance on that damn thing. Overload the balance, and there it goes. We can have a sweet tooth like crazy and crave sugar like crazy. Processed, we want it in processed stuff so we can easily eat it or drink it. Eating it raw, it's a different story altogether. But I digress. It's still part of the eating, it's still part of the sugar, it's still part of the chemical that is still overloading the pleasure center in the brain. I'll say it before in a hell of a lot of my videos a long time ago, and I'll say it for this one here. I am not an expert at anything. I am only an observer of anything and everything these days. All throughout my 56 years of life, of living, I had to look and see whether or not things were actually correct or not. If what's happening these days is happening. And a lot of people wonder what the hell's going on with me these days. I grieve too much, I express it too much, I talk about it too much. Grief should be internal for a lot of people, according to what their viewpoints are, according to what society keeps saying, and according to what other people keep trying to indicate directly or indirectly with their communications. They'll take an example from other people who are suffered it and they keep smiling like crazy and then they keep going on. And they call them strong because they're trying to show to people how strong they are because they're being courageous and smiling like crazy, and on the inside, they're shakier than shit. And in the private, all they want to do is collapse, but they can't collapse because they have to keep showing how much power they got left. And maybe sometimes they do. But for the rest of us humans at this point over here, who are not on the scale of a Superman of sorts, we have to wear our emotions on our sleeves, which means if we cry, we cry. If we have to wipe our tears off on our face by doing this all the time, we're wearing our tears and our emotions on our sleeve. We are trying to indicate that we are feeling human beings. And I've got one dog over here that wants to irritate the living crap out of me by going outside and let me wear my irritation on my sleeve. Back in a few. I had left a major comment, hopefully the first one on the meme regarding it, and I wanted to open up the dialogue, explaining my point of view regarding grief is not an addiction. You have to crave things to be in an addiction. It's like if we're talking about the food situation over here, you got your favorite chip, and then they come out with a new chip flavor, and you're going insane over the flavor because it's enticing you. It's exploding in your mouth, and you got to have more and more and more of it. Alcohol does the pure sugar bit in the blood system. And we're talking about chips. Chips are complex hydrocarbons, and basically broken down into simple sugars. Sugar again. The energy thing that usually drives us crazy, but also too much of it can drive us insane for craving more and more of it. That's how we turn into alcoholics and drug abusers and stuff like that. Now, when we're talking about addiction concerning about craving of items itself, well, we'll do the Phantom. You're a fan of a show. Your addiction is like you need more and more and more of it because you want to be part of more and more of that world so much. You are unbalanced somewhere emotionally and spiritually, probably. Not physically, but it'll show up as physical problems. Because I've seen how crazy fandoms work, at least a long time ago. I don't know if they're still the same damn thing around. The rottenest thing about being a fan, the most evil, rotten thing about it, is to find your topic and to stalk the living crap out of them. Now, back in the 80s, to nearly early 90s, during our time, there were people being stalked left and right. Actually, there's to this day. But I'm remembering of a certain case that came out with a law, state law, that tried to prevent stalking measures. People stalking other people and getting off with lesser crimes. No, because stalking is a felony. It can actually cause damage to the other person in more ways than you can actually realize. When you have an actress, I'll use the term actress, murdered by a fan who is absolutely enthralled beyond belief beyond sanity. Another case. The shooting of Reagan by Hinckley. He was trying to impress a woman he didn't even met. He's seen her on the screen so many times he fell in love with her. But she didn't want to know. She didn't know him, and he kept trying to get her attention. Didn't work. So how about shooting the president and trying to kill him? Would that get her attention? Is that insane? Or stalking someone so much that in your way of wanting to convince them one way or another that you want to be part of their life and they're going to be part of your life regardless if they like it or not, somehow they get killed in the process. Having that kind of level of insanity at this point over here should scare the hell out of people. Does me. I'm a fan. And knowing the limits, knowing the absolute boundaries, and then going beyond them, not good. Because it tells me I'll be totally out of control, and I will do damage. And this is what hurts me the most. Fandom is tricky. Fandom, yes, you are enthralled with your subject and you're enthralled with the people and items and themes and anything else relating to it. You want to show your enthusiasm for something, you need to have something to show enthusiasm with. Props, costumes, wearables. Somewhere in there I got wizards' wands, lightsabers, phasers, tricorders, communicators, junk, wearable junk. For the fans who are really into it, that's not junk. That's a uniform. This could be part of a uniform. And you can be totally obsessed on this damn thing, and it would be called an addiction. Okay? You get me, sir? I'll show you this. Now, if you've been watching the channels, you've been following me going through the process. You recognize my family, my core family. I've been going through grieving and mourning, but I was not able to express it all my life. People in their stupid sayings and society and God knows what else, I wasn't able to go through a process. I had to go through life. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Keep doing. Keep doing at all costs. Because. So if I'm going to be expressing any kind of sentiment or feeling, I can't because I'm a robot made by society. How to work. Shove the emotions aside. Keep doing the job. You're a biological robot. You're supposed to have thoughts and feelings. Well, if you have thoughts and feelings, you get in trouble with it. Out! When you're someone capable of doing the job, we see your resume, we see your plug card. Plug it into our system of HR department. Okay, so you can be part. You can type fast. You can use a phone. You can talk to people. You can be pleasant about it. You can't express negative emotions. You have to be positive all the damn time. You go to church. You're supposed to dump all your shit over in church. But no, you're supposed to be feeling happy about it because you're with the Lord's presence. Again, programming. Not reality check. Not the misery. Not the misery. Not being miserable enough. No, you can't be miserable. Now you're in the presence of the Lord, and therefore you're not entitled to it. You're not entitled to pain. You're not entitled to growth. You're not entitled to anything else regarding pain or grief or anything else like that. You have to put it in God's hands at this point over here. You're supposed to feel happy, dance around, joy. Yeah, I'm with God. And inside, your inside is crumbling. Your mental stability is still crumbling even further at this point over here. It's supposed to be strong. It's supposed to be healthy. It's supposed to, it's supposed to, it's supposed to. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You're not part of the program. You're not part of it. You're us versus them. And there's the conflict. There's the conflict right there. And it drives me crazy that I have to be part of that programming. That I have to keep listening to friends and family to keep trying to tell me to be on the positive side at this point over here. God will take care of everything, so don't worry about that. Smile all the time. And we'll bless you and grace you like crazy. And those who are doing it, we think they're strong. They're humble. We'll try to keep a smiling face and keep the people happy, because that's what we're told to be doing. We're told to be getting out of ourselves. In order to get out of ourselves, we shove everything else aside and deal with everybody else's problems, not our own. Until we start losing our sanity, one way or another, when we start popping off and killing ourselves. And then you wonder what the hell happened. You wondered how come we're not able to feel lousy or in pain or in grief, because we've lost something precious to us. We are taught that God doesn't like that. If God didn't like that, how come we have it in the first place? How come we have the pain? How come we have the haul and the loss and the depth of it? We're told that sometimes it's supposed to be the absence of love, not able to be expressed by it. I cannot express any further love for my family at this point, except to tear my gears apart and stress and pressure and break down. Oh, I can't do that. I can't break down. I got to get to a doctor to fix me back up. I need medications for it, to deal with the blood pressure, to deal with the stroke, to deal with the heart attack, deal with anything else I might be able to deal with because of the damn negative pressure. We need positive pressure. We need positive inference. We need positive. I can be so fucking positive at this point over here. I might as well have my head exploded. They would call it hell. Yeah, well, I am in hell. And people would call it addiction because I'm in hell. Is hell addiction? Yes, it is. But only if you crave it for so much. If you crave it, if you're willing to crave it or involuntary craving it, but you're craving it anyway because you want it. When you lose something like this, when you lose your family, people that you care about, even animals that are part of your family, did you ask for the pain? Did you ask for the grief? Did you ask for the misery? No, you didn't. Because that's the part of the process. That's part of the process. And nobody understands this damn shit. No matter how many times I keep trying to answer these sons of bitches online, there's always the society to fight against at this point over here. And it's easy enough to say, I'm sick and tired, let's just join this damn thing. You know, fuck them. Fuck them, fuck them, fuck them. I'm going to lose family. I'm going to lose biological connections left and right to anybody who's connected to me. Fine. Go away. I'll deal and self-destruct my own damn way away from society at this point, okay? I'll hide. Like every other miserable son of a bitch who tries to find a final solution to kill himself. Or almost. Or just try to struggle like crazy. And that's what I'm doing, struggling like crazy. Because I sure as hell don't want to kill myself just yet. You see, the thing is, I like living. I got a goal in mind I'm struggling like crazy over. Oh, find new people. Fuck you. I don't want to find new people. I don't want to find old people. I want to find people. And you tell me about good memories and bad memories. Good memories I'm supposed to remember. Memories are memories. Throw it out. Memories are memories. If they give you pleasure, fine. If they don't give you pleasure, fine. If they tear your ass apart, even though it's the most poignant memory that you have, that invokes deep, resonating feelings, your body and your soul will be aching and crying over it. I guarantee it. It's been happening to me too many damn times. I can remember some of the most poignant memories and try to laugh about it. And then I tear myself apart over the damn thing. Because the love and the feelings that I have for that individual, for that topic, that subject, that pours into me, overwhelms me. And what do I get? I get the tsunami. Over and over and over again inside of me. I'm pouring my heart and soul out in tears. Crying my eyeballs out. Squeezing the air out of my damn lungs. Pleading for God to forgive me. For something I know not what. Just forgive me. Because I'm pouring my heart and soul out in pain and misery and in grief. I'm getting rid of the junk somewhere inside of me stored. And if I have to keep crying like you keep throwing up, so be it. Because when I get triggered, I get triggered. And I cry my eyeballs out. That triggers for me. There's them. Giving hugs. I'm a hugger. I'm a hugger. I used to hug them like crazy. They used to hug me like crazy. We hugged each other. We're family. The thing that tears me apart mostly. Because I'll be waiting now for the build up. I'll be waiting for the build back at this point over here. And then there'll be something of an innocent picture or something. A music, something. And it'll go off. Because my brain's already made associations of that particular stimulation to the pain, to the figures, to the family, to everything else relating to them. You think it's easy. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be the hardest damn thing you ever go through. And you have to keep self-examining yourself left and right. You have to keep tearing yourself apart. You have to keep writing about it or taping or whatever you do to get it out your damn chest. I keep doing it all the time. All the frickin' time. I'm wasting so many of these damn drives, it's not even funny. This one's about 256 gigs on it. I've already used up half of it already, on vids and also on audio recordings of my own soul being poured out left and right. An addiction? If I happen to lose people, and I didn't have any strings attached, I may feel a little sorrow, but that's about it. If I got investment, well, my life with them, my entire life, that's a major investment. That's major pain. Life for the pets. Life as long as they had with me. Sometimes a few years, sometimes 15 or longer. And they hurt. So now, each year, the waves are getting stronger and stronger. Since losing my brother in 2018, I've been noticing more and more of what I call the tsunami effect, of the emotions building up, tearing me apart left and right. This summer, I'm not supposed to be feeling it because I'm supposed to be getting excited for school coming up in a couple of weeks. And I'm going back. I'm going back in class again. They keep filling up my head with knowledge. Maybe I could share it with people left and right. That'd be exciting, wouldn't it? Be somewhat of a teacher without being a teacher credentialed. But of course, I'm going for a BA for something. Why not? My age, what the hell? Then I may have to find something to do with. Okay, I'll do. I'll find something if I'm going to be living long enough for it. If I haven't killed myself yet. If I haven't killed myself voluntarily or involuntarily. Knowing that I'm a big blubbery whale here. Yeah, I call myself. I get myself derided in negatory at this point over here. A fool and idiot. Because I'm not afraid of tearing myself apart at this point over here, but building myself up with a good character, saying, I am a good person. I am going to be a great person. I'm going to be, oh, fuck this shit. I'm building up a fucking ego at this point over here. Fuck them. You're going to be good, act it. Do it. Don't announce it. You're building ego. You're going to be humble? Be humble. You're going to be focusing on something else? Focus on it. Focus on what you're good at, and you help the other person out without reward. You do it without reward, but you don't do it as a slave either. You do it because you know it's going to benefit them one way or another. And that's good. That's the satisfaction right there, because it's going to benefit them in a way it's going to benefit you, and that should be all right. Because actually, you're focusing the energies on how to care, how to get out of this damn shit. That's why I look forward to school every time, because I'm getting out of this damn pain of mine for a while. But I know it's still there, ready to knock my ass out because of triggers out there. Triggers near me, and triggers around me, and triggers beyond me. That'll make me remind myself of my family, and of people or friends I've lost, and of pets. You know, one time I used to obsess over physical objects, losing them left and right. Pins, lapel pins of various shapes and sizes. If I happen to lose a pin, I'd go nuts. Because I had an obsession over it. You're talking about addiction. There's your addiction right there. Since I lost my family, Ma back in 2013, Dave back in 2018, things turned out to be a different relative. I don't care if I waste my time or waste my oxygen at this point over here trying to talk to people about this. I'm telling people what's going on. Because right now, I heard like a son of a bitch. But even as I talk to you about this, it feels a little better because I'm getting it off my chest, because I had to emote. I had to express myself. Instead of just being a nice, calm, placid monotone, to get the energy out, to get the maniac out, to get the mania energy out. People are calling me a manic depressive at this point over here. Bipolar. When you're a griever, you can't tell the difference. You know that you're feeling good on some days, and then you know the other days you're feeling like depressed as hell. So after the tsunami hits you, and you're washed up on the shore, basically, you're depressed as hell because all your energy has been spent. You're tired. You're so damn tired you can't even think straight or do straight, and you don't care about anything and anybody else. To me, that's a hell of a lot of depression right there. Because at this point, you hardly ever care about what's going on next week or down the road, or let alone the next couple of hours. So what do? I sleep. Hence, increasing the problems with the insomnia, narcolepsy, and sleep apnea at the same time. But that's just me. Me. I don't know about the other people. Concerning about what I was going through, concerning about Vince Scully and the shoulder Cole. Yeah, it hurts like crazy. Growing up around those two, there was something in my life. Now they're gone. And I had grieved heavily. They keep talking about him. They're going to keep talking about him for another day or two. They'll have people coming out trying to give their own opinions about this damn stuff, and this is mine on video. People watch it, people don't watch it. I don't care. I'm putting it out there anyway because I need to express my own viewpoints, my own feelings about it. Both of them. I already had, actually. Not for me for right now. I had to answer a meme concerning about addiction. Grieving is not addiction. It's a process. It's something your heart and your soul and your mind has to go through. It's a journey that no one can forestall. Not even me. And I've been dead before. Not fun. Especially at the age of 4 years old and has no perspective or context about the damn thing, but I'm still alive. Open heart surgery, age of 4 years old, open up the chest, open up the heart, try to repel the mitral valves and get 3 times up and then 3 times back. Oh, because God read a letter from an older brother sent to the surgeon and sent back to Ma for safekeeping for all these decades. Right after her passing, it's the brothers, it's her boys that reads the letter and they have a good cry. I still have the letter. At least I took a picture of it. And I'm having a good cry over it. As for Vin and the show, I hope they can take the time out of their busy schedule up in heaven and take a look at my family. But if there's going to be any kind of fandom up there, I guess everybody else is each other's fan. And we don't have an addiction problem up there. Unlike people who keep thinking about down here. They suck. It's something we all have to go through. It's the pain and the process we all have to go through. Some of us actually go through it entirely and then try to live a normal life, if there is anything like normal, a new adjusted life. Maybe the rest of us can't deal with it anymore. Despite how many times we keep pleading to God for it in the first place. It's up to Him. But I also know it's up to me, individually. I know. I still have to talk to Him about it. Until next time, fellow grievers.